Good morning, everybody. Come to the stream. It's the 30th mental health stream. There's a poke ball. But welcome. I'm waiting right now for my tea. So I don't know, like 2 minutes. When I hear it's like done heating up the water, then I quickly need to go to the kitchen, fill up the water, and then I'm gonna come back with tea. But apart from that, I'm absolutely here. You're totally awake, Corrupted? So, how was the night? Why are you so tired? And hi, Sushi Masters. Welcome. So, how are you all doing? Welcome to the stream. 3 hours. Oof, that's not a lot. Did baby keep you awake that long, or? I see. Hmm. Is there like nothing the doctors can do? Like no sort of like, I don't know, like I have no idea about like being pregnant and like what you can offer, but aren't there like exercises or I don't know, like something, you know? You're just done with work? Nice. For me, I just did like a bunch of like household stuff, like throwing in like some laundry and cleaning up the kitchen a little bit and stuff like this, yeah. So I'm happy I can like sit now, relax a bit. Because yeah, time was a bit well, a bit short before stream. At least for the ambitions of like how much I wanted to clean the apartment. But how are you apart from work, Sushi Master? How's your mental health doing? There's a few things, but most of them just stay asleep as much as possible. Well, it's not possible. It's kind of like, you know, what are you supposed to do? I mean, I guess it's gonna get better once like Erupted has like given birth, but yeah. As far as we know, that's gonna take a while still. So I would hope there's something like able to be done beforehand. You feeling petty, Asta? All right. So first of all, welcome. How are you feeling petty and why? And hi, Asta yourself. Good morning. I just heard my water is done cooking, so I'm gonna like go off to the kitchen real quick and then come back. And now, like, for real, like, everything is, I got everything. I'm good. So, your job is reception at a business hotel in Japan? Oh, so what time is it then? Because then you could have, like, night shift as well, right? Well, that seems interesting. Like, there's so many people you meet. Like, I guess it depends on the hotel if it's interesting or not. If there's, like, a lot of different people coming around or not. And hell yeah, corrupted. The free stream streak, let's go. Most of the stuff I need are more than one person here to do it. Mm. And your boyfriend is working quite a lot, right, corrupted? Are they always unfriendly to foreigners? Is that the picture of like Japan we have here, or? I always have seen sort of the Japanese people as like really polite and maybe like over polite even. But yeah, definitely friendly. But I've also never been there, so. Have you ever been to Japan as the self? Or how did you make the experience that they're like unfriendly? Oh, a lot of Japanese people can't speak English. I see. Well, it's definitely a problem with sort of like communication with foreigners then. Like even if you want to help, if you don't know anything, then it's just yeah. Can't do anything. Yeah, he is, but he's finished work for a while now. Ah, so he's he's home or so then you can like do all these exercises, no? Or like whatever you only said stuff, so I don't even know if it's exercises, but like the the things which help to phrase it as ambiguous as possible. On his way home. Is like work so far away from you? Because he said like he's finished work for a while now. There's a lot of way. What the hell? So what? Oh my god, that's such a weird behavior. Why would you like if somebody's like clearly like putting their like groceries in their bike still, like why would you just pick that like grocery cart, like that shopping cart? Oh, yikes. But I'm glad everything ended well for you. But I think it's so tough that there's like that there was sort of like I don't know, I guess like no normal space to talk about it. Like the emotions were like exploding so easily. This is I don't know. I feel like this wouldn't have needed to be like a big issue, right? Like you should like you could have just gone in and then the person would be like, "Oh no, sorry, didn't see," or whatever, you know? And then like that could have been it. But like this, well, yikes. He just got home and says hi. And the work's like a few hours away. Ooh. Oh, that's tough. But yeah. Hmm. My English is also poor, so did you ask me some questions? Sorry for missing it. Um, Let me think actually. Hmm, I don't think so. I guess like implied questions where it's like, have you like is your job like interesting? Like are there like a lot of people coming by and it's like really cool? Is it more like a job where you like you look for something else and it's like, yeah, boring. So I guess that was like an implied question in the beginning. Did you, by the way, I saw from other streams, I don't know if this is available on my stream, I don't know if this is only for partner streamers, but apparently you can turn on like subtitles or something for the stream. I don't know if you can even like translate those subtitles like instantly. That would be really cool. Because that might help to just sort of like get a little bit like more info while learning English. You were not feeling great? I had a massive fever Saturday morning. 41.4. Oh, jeez. Are you fine now again? Are you like, is it gone now, or are you still sick then? There is, but it's like a bot or something that does it. Oh yeah, it's definitely like optimized for sure. It's like Google Translate. But I think it's still sort of like, it gives you like a little bit more information, right? And it's still 38.3. Hmm. I hope you do allow yourself to get yourself, like, to get as much rest as possible, Asta. It's really important to like prioritize to get rest. You'll feel sick. So it doesn't linger around. Okay. I can also understand. Like I guess it depends really on like the learning type. Like for me, I could imagine that like I guess yeah, it really depends on my day, but it's easy to then just like read subtitles and like not listen anymore. Instead of actually use the subtitles to like help yourself like translate and like learn new words. So entirely up to you, of course. Good day, everyone. Welcome, welcome, Talon. I hmm. The weekend was quite exhausting for me. Also, just like the time right now with having like my last therapy session next week and wanting to because I want to give my therapist like sort of like a dice set I made myself, and I'm a little bit like stressing to get it finished. And I don't know, then just sort of also this like feeling of like, like like logically I sort of know I'm ready, but it's just still scary, you know? Um, and also just being like, then I don't see my therapist anymore. I don't know, I really like that person. Like we were low-key like friends. I don't know. I know they like really like that's really rare for people to have with their therapist, I guess. But I don't know, like me and my therapist, we were, I don't know, like a different side of the same coin. Like we really get each other. And it's just a bit sad that, well, that's gonna be it, right? So also I made the mistake of like scrolling through like social media today morning. And there just been some sort of like bad posts which took my mood down a bit. Yeah. But apart from that, I'm like, yeah, I'm doing fine. But it's just not the best day. you know. I need like a lot of rest, cuddles, and I don't know, make sure that I really take care of myself to not get like worse or like in a negative headspace, but to stay like to stay in a good headspace. So I got myself tea and I prepared water and like a ginger shot to not get like sick or anything because my birthday's coming up as well, so that's also in the back of my mind. So it's like there's a few things coming together which are getting a tiny bit sort of like stressful. Yeah. But how are you doing, Talon? And thank you for asking. Little one just woke up. Oh, I wish we could do something for you, Corrupted. She's now banned from every drugstore in the Netherlands. I don't know. Every drugstore in the Netherlands, crazy. But at the same time, I mean, these like shop bans are like not as like hardly enforced, right? Like not like there's like a picture of you hanging in the entryway. And hi, Gray. Welcome, welcome. You cancel therapy for tomorrow? Don't want her to get sick. She has a 4-month-old. Oh, I see. So, have you considered doing the therapy online, actually, Esther? That's sometimes an option. Like, I don't know if it is for your therapy, but for my therapy, it actually, like, we were able to do, like, a few therapy sessions online when I, like, visited my family in Germany. So, I don't know, like, maybe that's a thing. That's not allowed. That's against privacy laws in the Netherlands. Well, it can't be for all therapies. Because I had this for like, so for my main therapy, I had it online, and then for an intake of another therapy is actually also it's also planned online. The photo? Hmm? How do you mean by photo? Like a video call or? Hi, great. I got on a wait list for therapy. Thought you'd appreciate hearing that from our last talk about my dream. I think that's really nice. I hope the therapist you get, you will click with. But if not, don't be afraid to ask for a different therapist very soon, okay? I think it's really important to know that this is, I don't know, like really no big deal. And it's really nice to have a therapist you really click with. So, yeah. The photo in the window is against privacy laws. What? I'm so confused. Huh? No, I don't understand what you mean. I really don't. What is the photo in the window supposed to mean? Just talking to me is more than enough. Not many people ask me about stuff. Did you ever tell that to your friends and family or your boyfriend? That this is sort of like a love language for you, Corrupted? That this is how you feel seen or appreciated and loved? I would just feel bad asking for a different one because it feels like I'm telling them they're not good enough at their job. I know. This is like I know how it comes across, and I definitely know that like for a lot of people there's like resistance to asking for a different therapist. but it's it really doesn't need, because therapy is such like an individual thing, right? It really doesn't need to be any statement about how good they are at their job, but it can only just be a statement of like how the vibes are. And so, for example, like some people can't have like a male therapist or a female therapist just because of the gender, because that's sort of like inhibiting the therapy. And it's also like that's not something like that paints a picture about like how good they are at their job, right? It's just the compatibility, I guess. Also, with some therapists, they will just understand you more than others, right? Because therapy, there's like a lot of like things you learn to be a good therapist, right? But there's also a lot of things of just like based on your experience and with what experience you can relate best and with which person you can connect best. Hi, Grumpy. Welcome, welcome. How you doing? Only my boyfriend asked about me. Normally, my family and I don't speak. Complicated family situations are really annoying. But how about your friends corrupted? You said they do not put the photo in the window for the ban. Oh, yeah. 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 I mean, definitely, like, obviously, like, that would be illegal, but at the same time, this was just like, because they don't do that, like, the ban is actually not that like big of a deal. But it's still good that there was like a sort of like a statement of consequence. But I thought we're talking about the like therapy parts and like if online therapy is allowed or not. So I thought that was the answer to this. That's what was why I was so confused, because I was like, is that like photo in Windows? That might be like a video call. I've been alright, been volunteering for a company that helps kids and teens socially in the community. Fortunately, all of the days I worked last week, it has very hot, like over 40 degrees Celsius, so I cooked. Oof, 40 degrees Celsius is insane. But I'm really glad that you do that. Does it feel nice? I bet it sort of gives you this feeling of like purpose and I don't know, maybe even a nice feeling of being able to help people. I'm fine. I'm exhausted and there's a lot of things sort of like coming together right now. I'm coddling myself a little bit, but yeah, I'm good. Are you at work right now, Grumpy? Hmm. Do you want to make new friends at some point, Corrupted? Like maybe once you have like more energy again when the baby is like born? Is that sort of like a thing on your to-do list, or are you good? I message my therapist if we can do it virtual. That's nice. I hope it still works. We'll see. No jacket this time? Yeah, I know, right? I thought about it. But then I also thought about how the jacket is like completely like messing up um the like brightness of the picture. So I was like, maybe not. I don't know. Like as long as I don't need it, whatever. But I might still get like the jacket later. Who knows? I also really like the music. Really relaxing. Probably not, since me and being social is just not there. Hmm. I mean, as long as you're happy with that, Corrupted. But if you ever want to talk about that, there's space for this in the stream. I realized that the kids who were born in the pandemic would have in 2019 and are 7 years old. They're in elementary school now. Yeah, it's crazy how time flies, right? But at the same time, to be fair, like COVID, like for us here, it only hit in like 2020, and it was going on for a couple of years, right? So it depends. Like it's not as bad. Like this is the extreme case. How is it at where you are with the melting snow ice? So there's no snow on like trees anymore, but there's definitely like snow on like the floor of the forest. And I don't know, like the streets look pretty clean. So I think they're fine. Like buses are running again, and I think the train is probably also going again. But yeah, like transportation is not as struggling as the other days, you know. I mean, I'm happy that I can make a positive impact for people in need. Yeah. Also, like it's really also like what this stream is about, I guess, about community. I feel like community and like taking part in making like a community and helping community is really something which I don't know, just leaves you with a nice feeling, right? I don't know, it just feels like something which matters. And I don't know, I'm really glad I started this because like for me beforehand, I don't know, I didn't feel too much like what I do actually matters. Like I wasn't too excited about it because it was just like, yeah, well, I don't know, like if I like work in IT, it's like, yeah, it's helping the company, but does it actually matter? And stuff like this. And I don't know, now that I have the stream here, it's just really nice to know that this matters. I don't know. There's sort of like a special connection to community in that, I think. What did you think of Marconi Union, the music that I dropped? It was this like really relaxing music, right? Yeah. I actually listened through like the like some of the songs in the album, and I put it in a playlist of mine. I think like the sleeping playlist or something. Um, yeah, I put it in my sleeping playlist. So it was really nice. I live in a street that is a deaf end, so there is a lot of sliding around when I walk the dog. Oh, I've seen a video today of like Amsterdam apparently. And like the streets are like really frozen there, and people are struggling so bad. Like the video was like really funny. It was just like one sort of like a small part of like a tiny street, but not like a street like full of cars, but more like a pedestrian street, like in a sort of in the middle of Amsterdam, and then like a bridge. And so like going up to the bridge, people were struggling so bad. There was like literally one person like throwing their bike like before because they need to like cross with the bike, just like throwing the bike like 2 meters and then like trying to like scramble up the like hill or like up the bridge. It's I don't know. It looked it looked really funny, I do have to say. Like I hope they all made it, but they have to go safely. Um But yeah, it was sort of like it looked like me when we went to like therapy with the bike, and we had here like our bike paths weren't cleared or anything. So there was like snow on all of the bike paths. So and then like there's like all these like uh old bike lanes in the snow. And then like everything was frozen. So it's like a really weird situation where like you try to like stay in the lane of somebody before you, but like the moment you don't, you're like sort of like slipping between these like lanes, let's say, and it's like getting like super weird, and you're like back the like the wheel on your back is just like doing whatever, you know? Yeah. It kind of looked like a video of this. You know what's crazy? That's 2006 is 2 decades ago. Yeah. How does that make you feel, Mr. Hero? I feel like to me it's like a bit of like, wow, already so much time gone. Like, did I use that time? Like, am I where I'm supposed to be? Sort of like makes me think about how I used that time, and if I used it wisely, if you could say that. To be honest, I will be happy to trade away a heat wave for snow right now, I bet. 50 degrees is crazy. Like, here we wouldn't be ready for 50 degrees Celsius. Like, we really wouldn't. Like, we're also not ready for the snow. Like, with the snow here in the Netherlands, like in Bavaria, like with this level of snow, like nothing special happened. Like, life just went on. But here, actually, like school was like dismissed, and like people didn't have to go and come in for work and stuff like this. And like the supermarket is like sold out because there is no like fresh food coming in and stuff like this. So it's really, I don't know, like it has a huge impact on the Netherlands actually. I never like noticed how much Bavaria, so like the lower part of Germany, is actually like prepared for snow, and how much better it is prepared as, for example, the Netherlands. Yeah. You want to work as a money spender? I mean, you know, I heard there's sort of like jobs like this. So maybe you just need to write the perfect, um, you know, maybe you just need to write a letter to a rich person and then you're gonna get the job. Who knows? Hi, Navandro. Welcome, welcome. Ooh, a 5 stream streak. Let's go. Right now we're really talking about like so many different things. Oh, your dog also slipped. Oh my god. Mm. That's really cool. I love that the song works so well for you, Gray. Like that's really, really like that's a huge impact. And hi, Billy Blee. Oh my god, a 10 stream streak already. Jesus. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? The accent has changed from last stream? Oh, how did it change? You've done your brows? No, I actually didn't. Like usually I do, but today I just didn't. Today I literally like I put like moisturizer on and then I put like some not even concealer, it's just like some I don't know, skin colored stuff under my eyes and the eyelash mascara stuff. Um and then some sort of like darker like contour powder like here and here, and that's it. That's how we are rolling today. Like I considered doing an eyeliner and then I was just like, yeah, I'm already too late, whatever. I think nobody wants to deal with a heat wave, right? Anxiety attack, panic. I mean, still, really nice effect. I'm way too okay with 40 degrees Celsius than dealing with temperatures less than 20 degrees Celsius. Oh lord, okay, like I'm not sure, like I'm bad with low temperatures as well, like for sure. But I feel like I'm also bad with high temperatures. Just I'm gonna struggle in like the apocalypse. Hmm. I actually like because I'm really sensitive to like sound and like loud noises. I actually also have like just like sound suppressing earplugs. Like not even like I don't use them like with music or anything, just regular sort of like your how do you say that, like these are like, if you work on like a construction site, well, they probably usually have this sound suppressing like headphones, but these like in-ear sort of just like reducing the noise stuff. I don't know, you can buy them on like, I feel like you can buy them on festivals against the loud music or something. But yeah, those. I just use them whenever I go into crowds and stuff because otherwise it's just too much. Apparently I must have been here before. I'm not sure actually. Like for me, it actually says first time chatter. So I don't know if you've been here before, but welcome, welcome. How do you know you've been here before? Or like, what is your information on that? And yeah, insomnia, really, really bad. So how are you doing with insomnia? I don't know. To me, it feels like your eyebrows were thicker. Yeah, because I usually do my eyebrows. So like today, I didn't. That's why they're like normal. That's what I meant to explain, sort of. Oh, Australia stuff. It sounds like Norway. Ooh. I'm just moving around. I learned a lot about the Western world on the Twitch platform. I hope you only learn. Like, I don't know if that's a good representation, but sure. Electric earplugs? No. I have like normal earplugs, and then I have like sound suppressing in ears, where you can also listen to music. So I have like a couple. I have 700 channel points. That is suspicious. I just want to sleep, but I'm pain and brain just like, nope, you're not sleeping. Certainly tired though. I mean, are you like allowed to take any like pain meds or anything, or are you already on pain meds and you're still in pain? Is that just sound suppressing earbuds though? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I have multiple ones. Like I have the sound suppressing ones, like the normal like music but sound suppressing, and then the like where you just just like the construction side like sound suppressing, or festival sound suppressing things which are not electric but just like the plastic stuff. Probably lurked while asleep in the pub. You're already on meds? So it's still shit. Is there anything your doctor told you which can help, like any sort of exercises or anything like that? Or is it just sort of like you try again tomorrow and today's fucked? Yesterday someone said he was cancer and he said I'm good physically and everything is good. I should be a great soul to God and should not be like complaining about life. Now what do I say to a person like this? Is he even a counselor? Well, it's just like with therapists, right? Like just because you have a level of education doesn't mean you're good at it. There's psychologists on YouTube like saying the most random bullshit. So I don't know, but with counselor, it's of course like way easier because the education is like less, right? But yeah, there's just bad counselors and there's good counselors. I feel like just because you're good physically, it does have like I don't know, like a counselor is I don't know like what type of counselor like this person was, but I would have expected you to go to like a counselor in like more like specified or like focused on mental health. So I feel like if that counselor was technically supposed to be focused on mental health, the argument that you're physically well is just how do I phrase this? Doesn't really have to do with a lot. Like, I don't know. Like, it's not really like a good starting point to then gauge if somebody should be complaining or not. Like, I don't know. It's like really weird. I would not take that opinion too hard if you can. I don't think it's a really informed opinion whatsoever. Like, even if it were true, like even um like, I feel like the logic here is lacking to an extent why like the opinion is not useful. If that helps in any capacity, Lavandro. Like, even though you're like physically well doesn't mean that you need to be mentally well. And this is such standard and basic knowledge nowadays in the mental health field, that I don't think you need to be concerned about this statement of this counselor. But I definitely wouldn't go there again. Did they know of your like what happened to you and stuff like this? Many groups, animal groups. Hmm. Well, it's definitely a big world. No. The ones that are molded to your ears, ooh, yeah, they must be really expensive. Are you excited for the upgraded earbuds, Graysu? Mm. I don't know. I don't. I mean, I feel like honestly it's a valid question with that sort of response. So I wouldn't be worried, Navandro. We're almost a year now. Oh my god, Graysu. Mm. Yeah. Mm. I can understand, Navandro. It's a tough time coming up. Have you thought about the sort of like crisis package we talked about? Have you sort of like put it together? Because I feel like if you have such a tough time coming ahead, it would be nice to have that prepared and ready. Maybe even multiple. I mean, if you sleep correctly, that's still good, no? Like you can have a little nap now if you only slept 3 hours. I feel like that seems good, no? Hmm. Guten Abend. Jin, this stream is just yeah, it's in English, so I hope you don't mind. Hmm. Have you looked into any type of community centers, Navandra? Where you can find like any sort of like company? Sometimes there's community groups actually uh for for like the different, I guess, like drama groups where people just come together and are able to like share their story and are not alone with, well, having a tough time, I guess. You slept at least 10 hours per day? Well, I think if you're sick, that's really fine, right? I mean, Corrupted, I'm gonna be glad to hear when you get a bit more sleep today still. I think I'm gonna actually pick up a jacket. Feel a bit cold. I'm gonna be back in a second. We're coming back with the white jacket. Yeah. It's back. Hmm. You're also sick, Raisub? A friend of mine is also sick. So many people are sick right now. I've not been able to find any group here, just that here in my place things are way too different how things work. There I did found one online. But still, I mean, at home I don't have much privacy. So I do not place data. I mean, it's tough without much privacy at home. I mean, maybe you can just take part in, I don't know if there's a Discord or something, um, which, I don't know, where you're just like not alone with your experience, maybe. I guess it really depends on the type of person you are, if that's like helpful or actually making it worse. But I don't know, I guess it really depends on like if you feel like that would help you or not. Welcome, Matthias. How are you doing? Yeah. What about the crisis pack, Lavandro? Were you able to put that together? It's fine, Asta, if you're tired. Hmm. You got sick because you don't sleep? Oh. Did you, by the way, Grace, did you try the alarm thing? Like, did that do any good? Or did that not help at all? I mean, I like to have conversations, just that right circle is important. I understand. It's just like, I mean, you know there's options. And I feel like if you have them in your back, then always. You're also sick, Bilibli? I'll be checked up on every weekday. Checked up by who, Corrupted? By stream or Discord? Is that good or bad? I did try that actually. That did help, kind of. Didn't dream before the alarm, but the undesirable dream came after I went back to bed. More people than usually too. Mm. So when did you then have that dream and woke up? Because I remember you set your alarm to sort of like 3 in the night or something. So it could be the case that this was like then your second phase and then you need like a second alarm. Yes, that's. Did you mean like something else than sleeping then when you said like passing out while stream? Good, even though my DMs get clogged. I mean, that's why I also told you, like, you can always just say, like, hey, let's talk about this in the Discord, because then there's also other people and you don't have the pressure to answer to everybody on your own. Okay, nice. I think it would be really nice to have that crisis, sort of crisis plan, crisis package um, at hand. It's a thing actually you do in your therapy. If you ever like, if you're like a person who deals like, who gets like more sudden crises like this, and where you're like mentally unstable and sort of like need help recovering, it's a very common thing to have a crisis plan and make a crisis plan in therapy and think about like, how are you going to handle this crisis when it comes up? Like, will you call some people or already like then research specific numbers to of like resources you can, people you can call, or yeah, for example, get your favorite snacks or write a letter to yourself or write poems to yourself, or um actually maybe like involve friends who you can like send like a, you know, like a special alarm keyword to and stuff like this. But yeah, just trying to like find something which uh works for you in that moment and which will support you in that moment, and yeah, sort of like prepare it in a way where it's like easily accessible and easily able to actually do in that moment, so that that plan can actually help you through that crisis. If I need 2 alarms to wake me up at night with dreams, it's it's not a long-term solution by any means, right? But depending on your mental state, at some point it might seem worth it. Not just your server. I mean, anyways, even if it's not only my server, right? Like, you can always say that on my server to have a bit of, you know, a bit more freedom there. If you want to, like, if you, because usually with people on like servers, there's this sort of like more like unwritten rule that you like don't DM people unasked. If you want to offer sort of like you know, just like an open ear to talk to, or people like telling people they can text you and talk about something, and you want to offer that on like a more like general basis, you can. In our discords we have this channel, right? It's called like introduction, where you just like introduce yourself. So you could introduce yourself there, and then also in the introduction, like say like if anybody ever wants to talk about something or needs a person to listen, you can always text me. You can also just type that, for example, in the mental health channel as well. But I feel like in the introduction channel, it's gonna be like not sort of like written away, if that makes sense. And then the people also, because you like, right, like you introduce yourself, the person gets to know you a little bit, knows if that might be the right fit. Hi, Redman. Welcome, welcome. Text two. Oh, we just talked about 𝔹𝕃ℂ𝔻 Corrupted offering to yeah, just that their DMs are open if any ever want to talk to them about something, or needs a person to listen to. So I just explained how to, I guess, make this more known. They can like present themselves in the introduction channel in our Discord. Also put like a tiny add-on there saying that this is something they offer. Me writing about myself is hard. I mean, you don't need to write much, really. You can write whatever you want. Like, there's, like, if you look for the introductions, there's a lot of different ones. There's some people which go into detail about, like, their hobbies and what they like and what games they play and stuff. There's some people who just say their name and that's it. So, yeah. Yeah. And good morning, Alpha Gamer. Welcome, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Their resignation application will be approved in 3 months. I'm planning to go to Hawaii, Sunshine Beach, cactus, and an old captain. I mean, that seems really cool. That sounds like a really cool plan. I hope it's gonna be nice. Thank you, Gray. Thank you, guys. What is my major? I studied game engineering, but I didn't finish it. And I'm considering to study ecology. But as of now, I'm looking for the how do you say that, the I'm reading like the course book of psychology and sort of like considering if I want to put that time and money into it. So you do not have a certificate for mental health support? Well, this is peer support. I have a certificate for counseling and stress management. Certificates always like really rely on like which, well, like which person you sort of believe. So yeah, the certificates I have are not like from like really known